Good evening. Welcome to Soulful Sundown at Shelter Rock, the Unitarian Universalist Congregation. Good start, right? Congregation at Shelter Rock. I'm Reverend Jaye Brooks. I'm part of the ministry team here, and it is a joy and an honor to be part of Soulful Sundown tonight. Soulful Sundown, which has lived and thrived in a variety of Unitarian Universalist congregations since about 1998. But thanks to the creative imagination of recently retired Minister Emerita, Reverend Jennifer Brower, Shelter Rock has the longest running Soulful Sundown of any congregation in UU history. So let's celebrate that legacy. Tonight's Soulful Sundown theme is finding a way home. Later on tonight, we'll take an offering to support a nonprofit group doing amazing work to end homelessness, the New York Coalition for the Homeless. So get your smartphones and checkbooks ready. There's information about how to donate on the tables, and at a key moment, there will be information on the screen. If you're writing a check, please put Soulful into the memo line. And now, with gratitude and excitement, a special shout out to our musicians, the Cosmic Orchestra. The members playing tonight are Erica Lee Peters, Eugene Ruffalo, Mark Schulman, Ben Wish, Jonathan Prentice, Pat Falco, and the intrepid band leader, Chris Marshak. And stay for the coffee house because our featured artist tonight is Robinson Treacher. Yay, Robinson. After this worship service, do please stay on for the coffee house with these terrific musicians and our coffee house host, John Platt. Now, let's enter into a time of worship, inspired and led by the music that resides at the heart of the religious experience. We begin with a Unitarian Universalist tradition, the lighting of the chalice of our heritage, and the words of the poet Starhawk. We are all longing to go home to some place we have never been, a place half remembered and half envisioned, that we can only catch glimpses of from time to time. Community. Somewhere, there are people to whom we can speak with passion without having the words catch in our throats. Somewhere, a circle of hands will open to receive us. Eyes will light up as we enter. Voices will celebrate with us whenever we come into our own power. Community means strength that joins our strength to do the work that needs to be done. Arms to hold us when we falter. A circle of healing. A circle of friends.
It doesn't matter where you roam when no one's left to call you home. And I might have strayed a bit too far. I'm counting on the moonlit stars. I'm a little lost at sea. I'm a little birdie in a big old tree. Ain't nobody looking for me out on the highway. But I will be found. I will be found when my time comes down. I will be found. Sometimes I think it's all okay. Some nights I throw it all away. Well, I saw her face and I could tell my ghost has left the town with a will. I'm a little lost at sea. I'm a little birdie in a big old tree. Ain't nobody looking for me out on the highway. Yeah, but I will be found. I will be found. My time goes down. I will be found. I'm a little lost at sea. I'm a little birdie in a big old tree. Ain't nobody looking for me here out on the highway. Maybe I'm a runaway train. Maybe I'm a feather in a hurricane. Maybe it's a long play game. Maybe that's a good thing. 'Cause I will be found. I will be found. When my time comes down, I will be found. I keep running till my run is gone. I keep riding till I see that door. And I will be found. And I will be found.
Thank you. When I first heard the song, I Will Be Found, it was playing over the speakers when I walked into a store. The words and the pathos of the voice stopped me in my tracks. The chorus is both a plea and an assertion of truth, as if the singer deeply needs it to be true that he will be found, and that he's bringing all of his inner power to make it real. Have you ever felt that longing to be found? Have you ever felt like a lost puppy, far from home, or maybe not sure if there even is a home, but knowing with your whole being that there's something somewhere that is what you deeply need? We can call that something home. I've felt that way. Maya Angelou has felt it too. She wrote, "I long, as does every other human being, to be at home wherever I find myself." The ache for home lives in all of us, that safe place where we can go as we are and not be questioned. Two things about this metaphorical longing for home. There's a longing to be at home wherever we are, and there's a longing to be safe as we are and not be questioned. This longing for home, wherever I find myself, is a longing to be among people who will accept me for my authentic self, who will keep me safe by not questioning how I understand myself to be. welcoming the diversity I bring, happy to have me among them, willing to learn from me as I am willing to learn from them. In July, I was far from home in England, traveling with my friend Kathy. We spent some time on a canal boat, one of those long but narrow boats that travels the canals in the British Midlands. We were complete newbies that someone had foolishly entrusted to guide a 45-foot-long, 2-ton steel boat along those narrow canals. You may be wondering how it is possible to be lost on a canal. It's not as if the boat can unexpectedly take a wrong exit. Well, the lost part was mostly the tremendous learning curve of managing that boat on the narrow waterway. So we started out lost. We were lost from the very beginning. And then we ran aground. It was early evening. There was no one around. There was no response when we called the phone number we'd been given to call if we needed help. The boat was tilted on a slant because of the rock that was holding us in place. We were stuck. We were powerless. We were lost. We made peanut butter sandwiches for dinner and went to sleep in slanting beds. At least we had a roof over our heads. But before I tell you the rest of the story, here's a word about how to help people who don't have a roof or a bed to sleep in, slanting or otherwise. There may be many here or joining us online who have experienced homelessness in the non-metaphorical sense. And even people who have always had a home can have empathy for those who are homeless. Tonight, we call our empathy into action to support the New York-based Coalition for the Homeless. It is the longest-running national homeless organization. Since its formation, it's helped more than 1 million homeless New Yorkers get off the streets. And because so many are still unhoused, the coalition provides help to over 3,500 destitute New Yorkers each day, including 800 to 1,200 hot meals daily, 365 days a year. So make a donation. Your financial help, making your donations online, or if you're on site, by dropping cash or checks into the collection box that's right outside those doors. That's one way to express compassion and empathy for people who are struggling to find a way home. Compassion and empathy. That's what good people do.
The world today can be a scary place. Hard to keep your faith in the human race. We're running out of trees and we're running out of space, but we'll never run out of good people. Asking for a shovel and they'll dig you a hole. Put the coffee on, drag you in from the cold. If you get lost, they'll show you where to go. Even give you a ride, good people. Good people aren't hard to find. They're right around the corner at the end of the line. It's true. Good people got peace of mind, and I want to spend some time with you. Ooh. A man ain't nothing if he ain't got a friend. Down and out without a penny to spend. The bells above will ring in the end for good people. Good people aren't hard to find. They're right around the corner at the end of the line. It's true.
to keep your faith in the human race. We're running out of trees and we're running out of space, but we'll never run out of good people.
Good people. I have loved the song Good People for a long time, and I chose it for tonight's Soulful Sundown weeks before my canal boat experience. I had no idea how apt it would turn out to be, because there we were, Kathy and I, waking up on our slanting, stuck, entirely non-moving steel boat, eating peanut butter sandwiches for breakfast. Then we spotted another canal boat coming our way. We waved frantically. The congenial canal boaters who were passing by immediately grasped the problem. Running the boat aground apparently was not unknown to them. As one of them said, "It's a steep learning curve." What even these pros found unexpected was that with the other boat pulling and our own engine rumbling, we were still aground. And then came along another boat. After they got done with a certain amount of empathetic chuckling, the two neighborly boats combined their efforts and, with a horrible, extended, grating sound, pulled us off the rock. The first boat continued on past us with waves and smiles. The second boat motored on ahead of us. We started up cautiously and immediately ran aground again. So, good people. The tillerman of the boat ahead must have looked back and grasped our new predicament. In a flash, he jumped onto the towpath and came running back, literally running, to grab hold of our bow line and pull us forward off our new obstacle. Fortunately, only a shallow, muddy patch. The guy waited until he was sure we were moving forward, and this time that we were in the center of the canal, where it was deepest. He waved farewell. As his boat motored away, we heard his voice drifting back to us, saying the words we heard approximately 2,000 times during the rest of the journey: "Stay in the center." Well, okay, good advice to follow if my steering ability would only allow us to follow it. Can you guess it wasn't the last time we ran aground? And here's the thing. Good people. Every difficulty we ran into, every moment of challenge, there was someone who helped, someone who pulled a rope, coached us about navigating a sharp turn in the canal, explained to us how to manage the very narrow lock that would take us from the Oxford Canal into the Coventry Canal. Smiles, encouragement, advice, stay in the center, and heaping quantities of practical help. You see, they had all been newbies. They knew how it felt. And more than that, as it became clear, there was a community ethos at work. Help people who need help. Help unstintingly. Even if you're in the middle of a nap, help with smiles and empathy, because everyone on the canal was part of one community. We came to see it. We came to trust it. And by the end of the journey, we even had found ways to help the newbies who were even less experienced than we were. Hard to imagine, I know. Here's the thing about humanity. We're all on the same planet. Yes, it's much bigger than a canal, but it is, if you will, our only boat, and all of us are in it together. Our survival depends on recognizing that we, humanity, are a community. So, tonight, here we are, Soulful Sundown at Shelter Rock. Let's know ourselves to be part of a community, and this community is part of the larger community that we call humanity. Let's all be willing to pull on a rope, to welcome and cherish one another, to invite everyone we meet to find home in our presence. We close tonight's Soulful Sundown with the words of Desmond Tutu, who described the meaning of the South African phrase, Ubuntu Botho. He said that it means the essence of being human. Tutu said, "You know when it is there and when it is absent." It speaks about humanness, gentleness, hospitality, putting yourself out on behalf of others, being vulnerable. It recognizes that my humanity is bound in yours, for we can only be human together. And I will add, anytime we human beings recognize that we must be human together, anytime we recognize that gentleness, vulnerability, and hospitality are the essence of humanity, that's when we invite one another home. And that's how each of us finds a way home. Blessed be.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. Although this rain is stringing us along, just know you're not alone. So I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. That trouble, it might track you down. When you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. So I'm gonna make this place your home. Just know you're not alone. So gonna make this place your home. We got any singers in the house? Can you help us out? Come on. Okay, singers, you're on it. You're on it. Let's do this. Come on. I think we can do it one more time. You guys help us out. Come on. One more time.
Thank you all for coming. Please stay for the coffee house.